Hello, my friends. It's Jody Harvilla, and it is time for Sunday Serenity. And I thought, well, first I'm going to show you where I'm at, and then I'm going to give you a little exercise that I used. I don't want to say many years ago, because I don't think it was many years ago, but it was a few years ago to help with panic attacks and anxiety, and when you feel full, and when your body needs something, like you need to put the energy somewhere. First, I'll show you where I'm at. So this is the falls, called the Falls, and it's in South Dakota. We're out here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's beautiful. They got all these interesting things. That's a little cafe that we ate at. There's this great river. We're here, we did a show, saw some friends, all sorts of fun stuff. Many years ago, my grandma passed away, and she was really, really important in my life and a safe person for me and all that kind of good stuff. And when she passed, I started having panic attacks. And I knew on some level it was grief. I knew it was being so full of emotion. I just didn't know quite what to do with it. So every day when I put my kids to bed, I would panic, and I would just have that anxiety take over, and I would have to sit upstairs and rock in my rocking chair, and I'd cry, and it was awful. It was just awful. And we took a family vacation to Montana, Big Sky, Montana. We like to go fishing out there. And when we were out there, I was with my oldest, which was different because he usually went with Eli, and I usually have my youngest. But my youngest really wanted to go fishing, so he went with Eli. I got great cute pictures from that. Foster and I were back at the cabin, and I started to feel the feels of a panic attack coming on. And it's an awful feeling because you feel like you don't have control of it. And I wasn't sure what to do, and I asked my spirit what to do. And they said, go take Foster on a walk to the river. So we went to the river. I'll let you get the views. We went down to the river, and my spirit said, pick up a rock and imagine all that energy going into that rock, and ask the river for permission. It was a Gallatin, and ask the river for permission to throw that rock into the water and to clear away that emotion. And so I asked the river, and Eli we like to give an offering when we go out there and go fishing, and I did actually have some tobacco on me, and so I threw some tobacco in the river, and I asked for permission, and I heard a yes. And so I started to pick up a little rock, and the emotion from my heart, and I just imagine it going up my heart, down my shoulders, down my arms, into my hands, into the rock. And then I threw it in the water. And I took a breath, and I was like, oh, that actually worked. Like, wow, that worked. And then I got a bigger rock, and I did it again, and I told Foster, I said, hey, why don't you pick up some rocks, throw them in the river, let's have a rock throwing contest, because I didn't want him to pick up on my panic attack. And he was having so much fun, I didn't want to mess with that. And so we kept throwing rocks in the water. I kept picking up bigger and bigger rocks, but that energy just kept moving. Once I got it to move a little bit, it just moved. And I think we threw rocks, and I kept repeating that process over and over, probably for a half hour, 45 minutes. Like, we were there a long time. And then I noticed I was laughing, and I was playing, and I was having fun with Foster, and we were having a good time. And I have not had a full-blown panic attack since. Do I have moments where I get a little anxious? Yes, for sure. That is something that I feel in my body probably daily. But usually it's when I'm full and I need to stop, and I need to move my energy. I need to meditate. I need to make sure I'm not taking on someone else's energy. It's more of a, hey, you're taking on shit you're not supposed to, or you're not feeling your feelings, or you're not letting it move through you. So it's not debilitating, and it doesn't stop me in my tracks. It doesn't bring me to tears. It's not that, which is what that was before for about 9 months. And that is one of my best tricks. If you have water near you, like moving water, even if it's slow moving, that's okay. I actually think a lake would be just fine. I'm a Minnesota girl, North Dakota girl, so lakes work for me. I do it at the lake sometimes. I've also taken rocks and threw them in the fire, like at our bonfire, and I've let that, just imagine that energy burning off the rock. But it's a really great way to move energy, and it's a great way to process things, and it's a great way to see with your eyeballs that the energy is moving into the water and the water's washing it away. So I think it helps our busy brains. And so when I saw this beautiful day, I thought that is a perfect little tool to teach for Sunday Serenity today. You can also just stare at that water and just imagine all of your stuff getting washed away under that waterfall. Isn't that beautiful? So the falls goes all the way back there, and it goes all the way. You can walk all the way over and around and on top of it. You want to have good shoes though. But it's really cool. Beautiful. So that's what I have for Sunday Serenity today. I hope you enjoy it. And if you have questions, of course, reach out. And you can always go to my website, jodyharvilla.com. We have a full moon group clearing coming up on the 11th, and we did open it up so you can do single sessions with us, or you can join the subscription, which I recommend because you want to do it consistent, and you also will save yourself a few bucks. But that is on the 11th at 7 p.m. Central coming up. So if you are guided to that, please come join me. Otherwise, go throw some rocks in the water and get your energy cleared. Bye, guys. See ya.